You want some?
I need some sound. Testing 1, 2. It's kind of low. Give me a little bit more. Testing 1, 2. Test 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. All right. All right. We got anybody online? Any questions online?
I'll ask.
All right. You got any questions?
No, that's sir.
What did you go over in the Old Testament in the Sabbath service?
About the plagues, about if a man have a plague and if it's spread and if it's in his house, when we take the land and we go to possess it, and the Most High put a plague in the house,
Mm-hmm.
and how the man can get rid of that and have himself clean at the same time.
Right. The Lord is merciful, you understand, and he also understands about quarantine, which the Christian church, you understand, they don't understand anything about. They don't understand about quarantine. And some devil in Utah or what have you, he's so worried about the vaccination for chickenpox that he decides that he doesn't want to get the vaccination for chickenpox, but he wants to go to school too. You understand? You silly. You silly. You understand? The Lord set aside places for you to be when there's an uncleanness that's going through a camp, a nation of people, or what have you. You understand? The chickenpox is coming back. The herpes is coming back. The syphilis, the gonorrhea. You understand? What else they got floating around here? Esau passing around left and right. This world is so rebellious right now. It's unbelievable. You understand? They don't have a clue that they are, 2 seconds away from destruction, sudden destruction. Okay?
Probably Rubella probably gonna make its way back.
One more time.
Rubella.
You heard about that?
God.
My goodness. You understand? Plagues is going to attack America for sure. You understand? Nothing that's about freedom is available for you to live your life or to improve your life in America. That's how they operate. They don't want nothing that'll help you improve your life. That's just not the way they do things around here. Okay?
Everybody making a fuss now, telling everybody it's okay because Lil Nas X came out of the closet.
Now, oh my God, Jesus Christ! You understand? Why he ruined it? You understand? You had to ruin it.
Yeah, that Old Town Road ain't got the same feel no more, pun intended.
Yeah, the Old Town Road. What was the name of that famous Brokeback Mountain? You understand? Let me put country back in the box. Okay, we're gonna keep them way back in the closet somewhere. Keep the country. Keep it. You understand? Too good to be true. So that is that.
And he did it at a concert for LGTB, or whatever acronym they.
Yeah, I'm so sick of June, the month of June. I'm more sick of the month of June than I'd be sick of freaking November and December. You understand? Every goddamn day, some homosexual is, you understand, blazing up on the streets. You understand, with some rainbow. I thought I was, it was ridiculous. It was simply ridiculous this past month. You understand? The Lord is going to destroy this place for the wickedness, you understand, thereof. Rainbow, Quashaf, a bow. The biblical interpretation of the rainbow is found in the story of Noah. That was right after God killed everybody on the earth. You understand? The Most High used 6 people to repopulate the earth. Noah and his wife was finished repopulating, so he used 6, the 3 sons and their wives to repopulate the earth, and the Lord had to destroy the earth. It sore vexed and sore displeased the Lord about this crazy place. You understand? About the wickedness that was going on down here. You understand? Namely, miscegenation. You understand? Namely, marrying of the other nations or what have you. The Lord saw fit to choose you and to give you his knowledge, wisdom, and understanding on the 7th day. You understand? The descendants of Adam, you understand, fell under the plague of the disobedience that they received when they took upon the knowledge of good and evil. Okay? They lost their innocence, you understand, and became susceptible to more attacks from Satan. And one of those attacks that got the earth flooded, you understand, was miscegenation, sleeping with the other nations. I don't see it on here listed. Is it on live? Can you find it somewhere?
I'm looking now, sir.
I don't see it on YouTube. Oh, he said the account got squashed on YouTube.
But that's not resolved. I thought it was also one block.
Yeah, whenever he gets there, he told me that it got squashed, the BMO account. So are you live on Facebook? Where are you at?
I'm on the ISUPK More Maryland account, because that was supposed to be the new one that was put up.
Okay,
And,
let me find out. Okay, so I can get some people in here. You got to shop the new link around. Don't nobody know about the new link. All right, so let me see if I can find it. Is ISUPK what?
ISUPK Be More Maryland. Be More MD.
All right. Let me share this link around right quick. Sounding nice and strong. What's going on, Natazal?
Hey, sir, how you doing, sir?
All right.
It's
Yeah, how about Shema Shabbat? How was Sabbath service?
too hard, sir, I got here pretty late. Besides that, everything was well.
Okay. Did you have any questions that you missed throughout the week that you'd like to get answered?
As far as just questions.
Yes. Any questions?
Come, sir.
All right.
I have something, sir.
All right.
I was debating with somebody, and they were saying that, something crazy about the dietary law. So, evidently I put there Matthew 5:17-19. To cut them, Isaiah 28:9. To cut them in, Romans 6:1-2. give them that finishing blow. But then they were saying, well, it's not that, but it's not that comes from out a person, goes
Okay.
into a person's mouth that defiles a man, but it's what comes out. So they was talking about it ain't gonna be no kind of fruit that defiles you once you come in. And I said that's not true, because if the Most High wanted us to eat everything, then He wouldn't have a law for us to keep healthy.
Right.
And I said what it was basically talking about was a man when he lies, when he lies, deceives another brother, or say something out of his mouth.
Yeah, the things that you do wrong that's coming out of your mouth, the words that you say out of your mouth, you understand, is what defiled you, right? So how could they get that mixed up with the dietary law? You understand, a Christian is, not worthy, you understand, to even have the conversation. They hypocritical. They don't understand the Bible. You understand? It's ridiculous.
Exactly. I asked the cat, what laws have you done lately to please the Most High? He want to go into memes and all this and run from it. I was like, I ain't got to go through that. I was like, I proved the point. I was like, so I'm gonna leave it alone.
Time. So let's get back to the rainbow. We'll get Natazal's question shortly. It says the biblical interpretation of the rainbow is found in the story of Noah, with whom God entered into a covenant that never again would He send a universal deluge, you understand, to destroy the whole inhabited earth. Okay? Who's on guard? All right. So I believe the doorbell just rang. Yeah. Listen up for it. So with that being said, it's hypocritical, you understand, and foolish that you would tempt God again by being homosexual and then taking His rainbow, you understand, His covenant that He wouldn't destroy the world by water, when there's a famous story in the Bible of the Lord frying 5 cities of homosexuals, you understand? So, like, they just bucking up against the Lord, you understand? It's ridiculous that they would be bucking up against the Lord by taking His promise that He wouldn't destroy the world by water any longer, but He would do it by fire. You understand? They need fire. They need to be burnt again. You understand? To the ground. It's disgusting. You understand? So it says this feature of the flood story is unique in that none of the accounts from Babylon, as the well-known Gilgamesh epic, makes mention of the bow as the covenantal sign. See, so they're already alluding that the Gilgamesh epic, you understand, was a universal deluge. You understand, meaning that it's recorded in other people's history of a flood. You understand? But the rainbow didn't get over to them, or they forgot about the rainbow. You understand? They got confounded at the Tower of Babel. You understand? You lost heritage, lost knowledge, and everything. When that thing went down with you once again trying to raise up against the Most High.
Exactly. With all of that and the Most High bringing these plagues on America, this is like America with homosexuality, talking again almost like the Tower of Babel, saying raise it, and the Most High going to bring it down.
That's definitely how Babylon is going to fall because of their wickedness against us. Saying to the Edomites was saying to the Babylonians to raise it. You understand? They was trying to tell them to just burn us to the ground, what have you. So give me Ezekiel 1:28.
Come on, Counselor.
Ezekiel 1 and 28.
Got it, sir.
Read that.
Ezekiel 1 and 28. As the appearance of the bow that is in the cloud.
Hold on. Read that again.
As the appearance of the bow that is in the cloud.
As the appearance of the bow that is in the cloud. Right?
Come on.
We're talking about the rainbow. As the appearance of the bow in the cloud. Read on.
In the day of rain.
In the day of rain. After it rains, the rainbow appears. Read on.
So was the appearance of the brightness round about.
So was the appearance of the roundabout. Read on.
This was the appearance of the likeness of the glory of the most of Yahweh.
That's right. It says this was the appearance of the likeness of the glory of the Most High. So they saying that the glory of the Lord is like unto a rainbow. You understand? How dare a homosexual, you understand? Just like how dare a Christian pick up this Bible, you understand? This Bible wasn't addressed to you. This Bible don't have anything. That's why you don't do nothing that's in here. You understand? You're not the people in here. You understand? Why would you even pick it up and defile? Why would you try to take the rainbow and use it for something other than what it was for? Question or comment?
Comment, sir. I think that's why the LGTV took all the colors that's supposed to be in the rainbow and have it represent them, because it's supposed to represent some brilliance or brightness that they're supposed to have inside.
I don't know. So this is an appearance of, if you go back and read it, it talks about the rainbow and how it's like the glory of the Lord. But this is in Ezekiel 1 talking about the angels and their ships. Skip back up to 26.
Come, sir. Ezekiel 1 and 26. And above the firmament that was over their heads was the likeness of a throne, as the appearance of a sapphire stone.
That's the classic UFO. You got the ship, and then you got the firmament over their head with the beam sitting in the ship, what have you. You know what I'm saying?
That's the glass.
Yeah, that's the glass, the firmament.
That's funny that you come to this, because that was the question.
Oh yeah, the questions about UFO, so-called chariots of the Lord.
Come, sir. I wanted to know that the firmament. Okay, and also on Ezekiel 1 and 22.
Okay.
22 and
Let's skip up to verse 22 and you read.
Come. Ezekiel chapter 1 verse 22. And the likeness of the firmament upon the heads of the living creature was as the color of a terrible crystal stretched forth over their heads above.
Keep going.
And under the firmament were their wings straight, the one towards the other. Every one had two, which covered on this side, and every one had two, which covered on that side. Slide.
Okay.
On that side, their bodies.
Okay, so it was saying he damn near had a vessel on his head as well, like this classic spacesuit.
Okay.
I can't breathe your atmosphere, but I got this spacesuit on, or this bubble on, that's allowing me to breathe,
Right.
what have you.
Because I couldn't really fathom that. So they had, okay. So when it said, and under their firmament was wings straight. Okay, so they had the firmament, that was the space bubble on their head?
That was the 22, and the likeness of the firmament upon the heads of the living creatures was as the color of the terrible crystal stretched forth over their heads above.
Wow.
And it says, under the firmament were their wings straight. Okay, so they talking about the wings. right? Anything that look like a man that has wings on is on their back, right? The one toward the other, right? You know how you can take a wing and they will bring it around and it'd be like this or what have you. You know what I'm saying? It's giving a description of how he looked with these wings. Everyone had two which covered on this side, and everyone had two which covered on that side. So it was 4 total wings or what have you. But they had different operations or what have you. One was covering the front and the other one was covering the back. You know what I'm saying? I wish somebody would draw it, you understand? I'm looking for somebody to get the drawing, you understand? And put it out there. And there was a voice from the firmament that was over their heads when they stood and let down their wings. Okay? So you can hear something coming from the ship that was communicating between them and their ships. Verse 26. And above the firmament that was over their heads was the likeness of a throne, as the appearance of a sapphire stone. And upon the likeness of the throne was the likeness as the appearance of a man above upon it. So he was seeing in the ship, somebody riding in the ship. You understand? And there was, it says, and above the firmament, there was over their heads was the likeness of a throne. Right? They sitting down in the ship with the firmament above their head, and upon the likeness of the throne was the likeness as the appearance of a man. So a man sitting on the throne in the ship with the firmament over top of him. It says of a man above upon it. So he's sitting upon the throne, you understand, in this ship that was flying. Verse 27, and I saw as the color of amber, as the appearance of fire round about within it, from the appearance of his loins even upward, and from the appearance of his loins even downward, I saw, as it were, the appearance of fire, and it had brightness round about it. That was a bad ship. That was a bad ship that he had. You understand? That ship was off the damn chain. It had fire shooting out of the bottom of the ship and everything. What have you? So give us stuff. Lord in Christ. Get your questions ready. All right? Most High in Christ. So let me go back up where you left off. Go to 24.
Ezekiel chapter 1, verse 24. And when they went, I heard the noise of their wings, like the noise of great waters, as the voice of the Almighty, the voice of speech, as the noise of an host. When they stood, they let down their wings.
You understand? Just think of a flock of birds, you understand? They in formation or what have you. And they sound like a great waters. You understand? You can hear the power in them and the voice of speech, thunderings and lightnings and screams and hollers or what have you. Okay? That thing right there was going off. You seeing this multitude of ships, you understand, with these beings on it, what have you. Keep reading.
Verse 25. And there was a voice from the firmament that was over their heads when they stood and had let down their wings.
Meaning that they on the ground, you understand, and they when they was on the ground, they could hear the voice, or there was a communication between their ships and them while they was on the ground. Read it again.
Verse 25. And there was a voice from the firmament that was over their heads.
You understand? So over their heads. They are on the earth, but over their heads, when they was down, they could communicate with the ships. You understand? Huh?
Like a loudspeaker, was talking to him or something?
Yeah, it was like a remote control type thing that was going on. You could tell there was some kind of form of communication or speech or light that was coming down in reference to those ships that were up there. You understand? While they were down. Keep going.
Verse 26.
Hold on. Where was you at?
Oh, slide. I'm gonna read 25. Verse 25.
Ezekiel 1 and 25.
Yeah, come on. Watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Ezekiel chapter 1, verse 25. And there was a voice from the firmament that was over their heads when they stood and had let down their wings.
You understand? They had stood and let down their wings, and they was down here. You understand? Angels walking down here amongst us in reference to whatever it is that the Lord gave them orders to come down here and do. Not to sleep with your woman. You understand? None of that. You understand? No, the guys and the guys ain't spying to try to come and sleep with your woman.
Right.
That's impossible.
Right.
You understand? That's just some evil Negro like R. Kelly.
Right.
Imagine conception.
Or the Immaculate Conception garbage that they teach you. You understand? You'll know why. You understand? It won't be a mystery to you. Okay? Keep going.
Verse 26. And above the firmament that was over their heads was the likeness of a throne.
Okay, so in the sky, they see the throne, right? Keep going.
As the appearance of a sapphire stone.
So it was like a sapphire stone, like a blue chair. Picture it. Keep going.
And upon the likeness of the throne was the likeness as the appearance of a man above upon it.
So they seen, you understand, in the firmament, a man riding on a throne, like he's sitting in a chair.
Okay.
You understand, a blue chair or what have you. He got the firmament over top of him, and you see a man sitting in the spacecraft flying around.
That's the control room.
They actually seeing him in the thing, in the chariot.
In the cockpit.
Yeah, in the cockpit.
So I got but you talking about an angel up there describing?
Yes, this is describing the angels and their operations when they make moves. No sweat. Keep going.
Verse 27. And I saw as the color of amber, as the appearance of fire around about within it.
You understand? So round about and within it, they had a color of fire, a yellowish, orangish color or what have you that was engulfing and around about this vehicle where it was flying. Keep going.
From the appearance of his loins even upward, and from the appearance of his loins even downward, I saw as it were the appearance of fire, and it was brightness around about.
You understand? So it was like a blue throne, you understand, with a firmament on it, but round about it was as it was fire. It was shooting out all the sides of this daggone this chariot that he was seeing. Keep going.
As the appearance of the bow that is in the cloud in the day of rain, so was the appearance of the brightness about it. This was the appearance of the likeness of the glory of the Lord.
So once again, they are comparing the rainbow with the glory of the Most High. You understand? The likeness of the glory of the Most High. The brightness of his coming. You understand? How you can't look him in the face. You understand? All that good stuff about the Most High. It's saying that their ships had that appearance or what have. They were so, rocking, you understand, that you hardly would want to look at it because it was just so bright and powerful, you understand, loud and, dominate when you would see it. Go ahead.
And when I saw it, I fell upon my face, and I heard the voice of one that spake.
You understand? So Ezekiel fell on his face when he saw that damn shit. He was like, oh, hell. He caught a glimpse of that. Like, oh, man, he got down. Get down on the floor. You understand? You got to get down, because what's coming, you don't want none of this. You automatically and instinctively understood what time it was. You know what I'm saying? So that's one in particular. Of course, you can start up a little bit further to get more clarification on what else he saw. That was just the one part. You understand? It starts all the way back up in verse 4, where he gets the description. Were you solid on that, or you needed some more?
That was it. That was solid for me, because, like I said, when he said the firmament above and below that wing, I wasn't sure what that was, but you just indicated that was a spacesuit with a phone.
Okay.
I never knew that.
Yeah, I was just telling the brother before he came in, I'm just so sick of June. I'm like sick of June, like I'm sick of goddamn November and December with Thanksgiving and Christmas or what have you. The gay month and the thievery, the brazen armed robbery of the so-called homosexual to take the rainbow and to make it there, try to make it there. It was disgusting. The whole damn month. You understand? I wanted to get off social media. You know how you hear, you want to turn off the radio because keep hearing they bumping jingle bells and all that old garbage. You understand? Every goddamn commercial is Christmas, happy Merry Christmas. You understand? My goodness, all that. You coming over to Mama's house for Thanksgiving and all that? Lord have mercy. It was just, beyond recognition. Meanwhile, you understand? Meanwhile, in the Roman Catholic Church in Washington, D.C., they released the records of how many priests that they had been covering up. You understand? All the molestation and charges that these priests had been doing in these churches. You understand? That Roman Catholic Church over there in D.C. You understand? Many, many cases, you understand, of people that they were just shipping off to different locations or what have you. Question.
I think it's 269 of them that he found.
269, that's light. You understand? Because, you understand, they not even counting all of them. Question.
Yes, sir. Wasn't that the covenant that the Most High made to say he wasn't going to kill the earth by flooding on?
Exactly. I was telling the brother how it's hypocritical.
He turned into a faggot, like, what is?
Yeah, you understand? Like, he already destroyed 5 cities of homosexuals with fire. He destroyed the cities, burnt down the cities with fire. And so when he make a covenant with us, saying that he ain't gonna flood the earth to get rid of the wickedness no more, but he gonna do it with fire, they take that as we gonna just throw it in your face, Most High. We gonna throw it in your face. He gonna judge you.
How wicked is that?
Yeah, that's wicked. That's I was so tired of June. You understand? I'm so happy to see July the 1st. It ain't even funny. You understand? I wish they would die. Just die. My goodness. So, with that being said, give me Revelations 4 and 3. One last scripture on the rainbow.
Revelations 4 and 3, sir?
Yes.
Revelations 4 and 3. And he said that was to look upon, there are like a jasper and like a sardine stone. And there was a rainbow round about the throne, in sight like unto an arrow. So like an emerald. Keep going, sir.
No, that was basically it. So somebody break that down for me. Let's do a mock scripture break. Somebody tell me. Read it again. Start from the top.
Let's start from 4:1, sir. That's okay.
Say it again.
Let's start from 4:1, sir.
Sure.
This is Revelation 4:1. After this I looked, and behold, a door was opened in heaven. And the voice which I heard was as if it came from a trumpet talking with me.
This is John the Revelator having another vision. After this, I looked, and behold, a door was opened in heaven. He's seeing up in the heaven, and he see a door open, right? And the first voice which I heard was as it were of a trumpet. So the voice sounded as a trumpet. You understand? The voice that he heard is coming from the door. Read on, talking with me.
Which said, come up hither, and I will show thee these things which must come hereafter.
You got to read every word. It just says
Which
things
must be
which must be hereafter. Most High in Christ. Go ahead.
And immediately I was in the spirit, and behold, a throne was set in heaven, and one sat on the throne. It's Revelation 4:3, sir. And
Okay.
Sir.
Keep going.
And he that sat was to look upon like a jasper and a sardine stone.
He that sat was to look upon
Like a jasper.
Keep going.
Like a jasper and a sardine stone.
Okay. Something, just dazzling. Jasper and sardine stone or what have you. He that was sitting on the stone. So he's seeing behind those doors in this vision of somebody sitting on the stone. Keep going.
And there was a rainbow round about the throne.
And there was a rainbow around the Lord's throne. Keep going.
And light looked unto a jasper, unto an emerald. And round about the throne were 24 seats. And upon the seats I saw 24
Elders.
sitting. So like I said, 24 elders sitting.
Okay, so it's telling after, this is just like the Most High setup. You understand? His throne, glorious as hell. He got like a rainbow around the damn throne. It'll tell you later on, he got fire shooting out of the throne. He got the 24 elders, you understand? On his sides, he got the beasts, you understand? The elders is taking off their crowns and throwing them on the ground in front of them, saying, it's just a scene going on up there. It's a scene going on. Yahweh Shai sitting on the right-hand side, you understand? The other angels reporting, you understand? Other angels bringing the prayers on the smoke from the incense that we send up, you understand? Like it's a glorious thing that's going on in the fourth dimension that we can't see with the Most High. Question or comment?
Question. So this is almost like them gathering, almost like for council or something.
This is the Most High's scene. This is he's sitting on the throne. This is his rulership. This is what John the Revelator is seeing. You understand? This is going on up in heaven. Question.
Question, sir. Who's the elders that I think
It's like any council. You understand? You got the main person that's in charge of the council, right? And then you got the men that sit with him in the judgment seat. You understand? It's a rank order military operation.
So who would that be? Like, okay, elders is like, okay.
What are angels?
The angels are the elders.
They would be.
So it'd be the top rank. So Michelangelo would be in that top rank.
That's a possibility. You understand? Or you understand? It's certain spirits that he created to judge with him in reference to what was going on in the earth. You understand? Or what was going on in the universe. You understand? That's who they are. 24 elders. You understand? I don't know. Let me see if there's any particular scripture that mentions them anywhere else. I do not know of. Have anybody ever? We'll ask General Hyman in reference to that. Is there any kind of precepts for the 24 elders? I don't remember what offhand. Hold on. I see some other stuff about the elders. Hold on.
I think let me see.
Okay, so yeah, let's go down to chapter 5, verse 6, and then we're going to get 19 and 4 in Revelations.
5 and 6, sir.
5 and 6, read that.
Revelation 5 and 6. And I beheld, and lo, in the midst of the throne and of the four beasts, and in the midst of the elders, stood a lamb, as it had been slain, having 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of God sent forth unto all the earth.
Somebody break that one down. That's the gospel. Let's read it from the top. Go ahead, one more time.
5 and 6, sir.
Yes.
Revelation 5 and 6. And I beheld, and lo, in the midst of the throne.
Hold on. Okay. In the midst of the throne, read on.
And of the four beasts.
So you got the throne, the Most High is on the throne, and you got the 4 beasts with all the heads and what have you, hollering and screaming and barking and roaring, all kinds of stuff. Read on.
And in the midst of the elders.
Then you got the elders again. The elders is chilling around the throne with the Most High on the judgment seat.
So that's the elders. Yes, sir. All the angels, the elders sitting around.
I didn't say the angels. I just called them the elders.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm just going to keep them distinct,
yes, sir.
as the scriptures call
Yes, sir.
them. Right? Keep going.
Yes, sir. Stood a lamb as it had been slain.
Okay. Who is the lamb?
Yahushua.
Yahushua is the lamb. So you got the elders, you got the beasts, you understand?
Yes,
You got the angels, you got Yahushua. Read on.
Question, sir. Is this Yahushua after the resurrection? Because it said, instead of lamb, like he was slain.
As he was slain, because it's going to go further.
Okay.
You understand? Why would he still be slain in reference to this?
Well, I would say because he got his
No.
no, I'm going to keep
When we read the next part, you'll understand.
Oh,
Go with it.
Having 7 horns and 7 eyes.
Having 7 horns and 7 eyes.
Yeah.
Right? It's something to have 7 horns and 7 eyes. The lamb. Keep going.
Which are the 7 spirits of God.
Which are the 7 spirits of God. What are the 7 spirits of God?
seven sins.
Mm-mm. Let me give you a clue.
the 7 angels, they are terrible.
Spirits.
Give me the precept.
Yes.
And you think it's right, tell me where it is. Give me Revelations 1 and 17, 16. Revelations 1 and 16. And read it. Come on.
Revelations 1. Okay. Revelations 1 and 16. And he had in his right hand, and he had in his right hand 7 stars. And out of his mouth went a sharp 2-edged sword. And his countenance was with the sun shineth in his strength. Was as the sun shineth in his strength.
Okay. Keep going. Yahushua with a 2-edged sword. You understand it had the 7 stars. Read on.
Verse 17. And when I saw him, I fell at his feet as dead. And he laid his right hand upon me, saying unto me, Fear not, I am the first and the last.
You understand? So John the Revelator is getting a vision of Yahushua appearing before him. Keep going.
Verse 18. I am he that liveth and was dead. And behold, I am alive forevermore. That's it. Amen. and have the keys of hell and of death.
Keep going.
Verse 19. Write the things which thou hast seen, and the things which are, and the things which shall be hereafter.
Read on.
20. The mystery of the 7 stars which thou sawest in the right side, which thou sawest in my right hand, and the 7 golden candlesticks, the 7 stars of the 7. Okay. The 7 stars are the 7 angels of the 7 churches.
There it is. Keep going.
And the 7 candlesticks that thou saw are the 7 churches.
You understand?
Okay. I
Go back to Revelations 5. Tell me what the 7 are.
And I beheld, so Revelations 5 and 7. 5 and 7, John?
Yes.
It's 5 and okay, 5 and 7. Revelations 5 and 7.
No. Where were you?
I thought it was 6. Okay. Revelations 5 and 6. And I beheld, and lo, in the midst of the throne and of the 4 beasts, and at the midst of the elders, stood a lamb as it had been slain, having 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of which are the 7 spirits of God sent forth into all the earth. Revelations 5 and 7. And he came and took a book.
You got to be more conscious. Okay, let's do it again. Revelation 5 and 6 says, and I beheld, and lo, in the midst of the throne and of the 4 beasts, and in the midst of the elders stood a lamb as it had been slain, having 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of God sent forth into all the earth. The 7 spirits of God sent forth in all the earth. Who are they?
7 angels.
No.
7 schools.
Yeah, who are the 7 schools? Do Paul's schools still exist?
Come on, God.
No, they don't. Well, they do though. We 7 schools. We the schools that's going throughout all the earth. You understand?
Come on, God.
Yeah, that's what we're supposed to be
That's now
doing.
right now.
That's us right now.
It's one of you write this down because I'm reading something ready.
Okay. Go give me Revelations 3 and 1 right quick.
Yes, sir. Revelation 3 and 1, sir. Revelation 3 and 1. And unto the angel of the church in Sardis write, these things saith he that hath the 7 spirits of God and the 7 stars. I know thy works, that thou hast a name, that hast thou lived and art dead.
Okay. So this is all talking about the 7 spirits and the 7 schools that Paul started in Asia Minor. You understand?
That's now, sir.
We are as if we were dead, you understand? Because we haven't conquered like we're supposed to. We waiting on Yahweh to come back, you understand? And then we'll live again.
Slide.
Question with your hand?
Lies, sir. I want to read it again. I want to.
Keep going. Read it again.
This is,
Is there like when it says he shall bring us back to life, almost like the valley of the dry bones, bring us from the dust of the ground?
You gotta give something more succinct about, that's the Most High just raising up Israel, you understand? But Yahweh coming back on the zone, you understand, is going to give us a new life in amongst ourselves as well and on the earth, you understand? It says, stood as a lamb as it had been slain. You understand? Having 7 horns. We are as if we have been slain in the earth. You understand? But we got a job to do. What was that last scripture that I had? Revelations 14.
sir.
Did I say?
Select.
I said Revelation.
Well, 3 and 1, sir, just now. But it's the same thing you just said, but it's repeating it. But
Keep going.
3 and 1, sir.
Yeah.
Revelation 3 and 1. And unto the angel of the church in Sardis write, these things saith he that hath the 7 spirits of God and the 7 stars. I know thy works, that thou hast a name, that thou livest and art dead.
Okay, damn right.
Same thing.
So Revelations 3:9 and 2:9, I know thy works, I know thy tribulation, and thou art great. You know what I'm saying? So another scripture alluding to the 24 elders is in Revelations 19:4. My man Shalom has graced us. I know he got some deep ass questions today.
Gotcha.
I'm with it.
First one is,
No doubt. Yeah, I come.
is this on the new, YouTube? Because I didn't get the.
Yes.
Okay, all right, got it.
Yes, it's the new page is ISUPK Be More MD.
Okay.
Share the link. Share the link so that somebody knows that the class is going on. Don't be selfish. Don't be lazy. Share the link. Share it with somebody. Put it on your Facebook page. I know you're on Facebook. Come on. Put it out there. All right.
I got you. Revelation 19:4.
Keep reading.
Revelation 19:4. And the 24 elders and the 4 beasts fell down and worshiped God that sat on the throne, saying, AHMATH, hallelujah.
All right. So that's what the 24 elders' job is. Where is it where it say they throw their crowns down? I like that one too.
God.
You found it?
Revelation 14.
All right. Read that.
Revelation 4:10. The 24 elders, yes it is. The 24 elders fall down before him that sat on the throne, and worship him that liveth forever and ever, and cast their crowns down before the throne, saying, Thou art mighty, O Lord.
Worthy. Read
Salaki.
which print.
Thou art worthy, O Lord, to receive glory and honor and power. For thou hast created all things, and for thy pleasure they are and were created.
You understand? Everything was created for the Most High's pleasure. You understand? He got a story to tell. You got to have a good guy and a bad guy. Okay? You got to have good and set against evil in order to have a plot. Okay? So if you in the mix, once you find out your proper character, put it on. You understand? And play it, because you happen to be the good guy that wins in the end. You understand? If you don't want to be with the goody goodies, you understand? Then you understand you can catch a bullet from your boy. What's going on out here in these streets? And you know, your daughter turning to be a homosexual, somebody sleeping with your old lady because you gone or what have you, or you know, it was madness. It was just madness. Ain't nobody got time for it. You understand? I'd rather be ruling. You understand? Any news for Baltimore? Anything that needs to be gone over about what's going on in Baltimore in these streets? Anything outstandingly wicked or evil that needs to be brought out?
For everybody out here, I said this before, watch out for those big yellow, green, blue, orange valves. They look like gigantic crack valves. They smell some new kind of weed. They look like the size of your thumb. They look like an old crack valve, but the size of your thumb. And they got weed in it, and these kids be off.
I want to find out how many Baltimore officers is in some Facebook group talking crazy about black people that they're arresting every day, like they found in Philadelphia. They found $1 billion worth of cocaine in Philadelphia.
Yeah, something like that.
And how much? Raise your hand, brother. No outbursts. Did they also find some stuff in Baltimore?
330 pounds or kilos at the, right down the street at the shipyard.
Right. So you understand? I'm sure some police had something to do with that as well. You understand? They need to be investigated fully. I don't believe that they did it. Like if some group can just get money and decide to find out who these officers are and investigate these officers in these different cities, you ain't gonna try to tell me that they only came up with a few people on the gun task force. You understand? That was selling guns and robbing people in Baltimore. The whole goddamn department is supposed to be fired. You understand? On desk jobs, what have you, whatever you want to call it. I think they should put whoever they catch doing something wrong as a police and they don't fire them right away because they're under investigation. They should put them in a monkey suit. When I say monkey suit, I just mean any kind of police uniform that lets everybody know that this cat right here is under investigation. Make they police uniform be red. You understand? They got to walk around with a red police uniform on. That's would be, let everybody know. Everybody that see them know damn well, you understand, that they gonna watch him because he is known for being off. He's under investigation. You understand? I think that they would try to figure out what it is that they doing wrong. They just get the float back into the blue, the boys in blue uniform. You understand, the blue code of silence and the blue wall. You understand, all that blue love that they got or what have you. They just hide behind that. But they should start singling some of these people that's under investigation out. You understand, by putting them in a different uniform. You understand, so that everybody can say, "Oh yeah, this is Officer so and so, and he appears to be violating my rights." And I'm again, you understand, he's already under investigation again, and I'm scrutinizing the way that he's handling the situation. Get the supervisor down here right now. We got an officer that's wearing the red monkey suit, you understand, that needs your attention. You understand? You're going to go sit him down somewhere. Because I don't like the way he moving today. You understand? He already under investigation for something that he's doing. If he having a bad day, then keep his ass home. You understand? Like they need to do something with him. How the hell you going to put racist cops that's sitting on Facebook on their free time? You're going to sit them down on the job to play on the computers and play with your records and your files. Like, you going under the jail by the time they're going to have all kinds of manufactured charges on you by, letting them sit down at the computer and because they under investigation for being on the computer, saying all manners of things. What do you think they're going to do while they sitting there? This place right here. I don't know about this place. Done.
Brother Gary Thompson on here said we have over 100 murders.
Over 100 murders in Baltimore? Well, huh?
It's really over 300.
He's talking about from the beginning of the year. That's what he's talking about. Gary Thompson, what are you doing to solve it? I don't see you in the class physically. I want to see you in person. You understand? That's the only protection we got. How you gonna not be the next murder victim? How am I gonna not be the next murder victim if you ain't in here watching over me and I'm watching over you and making sure that we all right? You understand? If you in Baltimore, you understand, you should be in this class. Get in these classes, in the physical classes, you understand, to show the world who is not going to be a victim of police brutality or who is not going to be a victim of black on black crime. It's not going down in here. You understand? We got other plans. Okay? So if you're near, get in here. Shalimar, you had your hand raised up.
Yes, sir. I was just gonna say, what you were talking about, as far as, them holding each other accountable, this scripture, the precept for that is, Psalms 83 and 5, they're not gonna do that.
Read it.
For they have consulted together with one consent, they are confederate against thee.
Right.
No? Huh?
It's kind of like what you said, but you could have did a better job.
That's like,
Question or comment?
comment. What you might want is, what is that, Zechariah 11:5, for they hope themselves not guilty.
That's the one. That's the one. Get it?
Oh, crap.
Zechariah 11 and 5.
Yeah, that's the one you want. Analyze it a little bit. Look at it sideways. Look at it side. Yeah, okay. It's a better scripture.
11 and 5.
Read.
Zechariah 11 and 5, sir. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty.
Whose possessors slay them. The white man owned black people. Whose possessors, you understand? Our possessors, the so-called white man who owned everything that we need, housing, clothing, food, and shelter, you understand? They slay us. Read on.
And hold themselves not guilty.
And they don't even charge themselves. They call it manifest destiny that they gave the Native American Indians blankets with smallpox in it. You understand? That they kept none of the treaties that they made, you understand? But kept the one that had them keep all the land. You understand? Keep going.
And they that sell them say, Blessed be the Lord.
And they that sell them say, the white man who sold us say, Blessed be the Lord. Read on.
For I am rich.
Keep going.
And their own shepherds pity them not.
And that's the most horrible thing about it. Right. You understand? Their own shepherds is Christians.
Concept.
Like, how disgusting can you be? They don't have no pity on us if they're going to go and join the white man after seeing that he done slayed us and killed us. You understand? Like, how disgusting can we be? Now, let's talk about some hypocrisy. But they don't want to bring it out. They don't want to bring it out. It's some broad that's running for president. Some Negro woman is running for president. Anybody know her name?
Cortez, AOC?
No, AOC is not running for president. She is Hispanic or Latino. Okay, yeah, no sweat. Well, anyway, this black woman, you understand, is trying to run for president. And during the debates last week, she came up against Joe Biden. What's her name?
Kamala Harris.
Pamela Harris, right? I don't know her whole background. You got her background there? How she was supposedly born in Oakland, raised up in Montreal, some other stuff.
She's sleeping with the white boy prosecutor, and they responsible for putting a bunch of Negroes away.
Right. So she's married to a white man. Right. But she was pulling the race card on Joe Biden, you understand, just the other day in the debate. You understand? How is she going to pull the race card on Joe Biden when she got a devil that she's sleeping in the bed with? What does that have to do with love? That ain't got nothing to do with love. How can she, what is she going to teach? You understand? Like, if I was the president, if I was to think that I would be the president, I would say, well, the one thing that you would learn from me during my time in office, I got something that I'm going to teach, right? I'm going to be in charge, so I'm trying to convey a message. You understand? What message is she going to show to black people? You understand? If she was elected to be the first woman president, black woman president, what message would that be?
Jezebel and Bedouin.
And yeah, those is easy words. You understand? Those is real easy. You understand? I could use some choice adjectives and you understand everything else to describe what she would be teaching the daughters of Zion if she was to gain that high position and that high seat. Question or comment?
Well, scripture.
You got a scripture in reference to?
What you just said.
Okay. You got a question or comment?
I got a question.
Question.
So, then that same train of thought, then, would you say that, because I like her, I'm gonna be honest.
You like her?
Not Kamala Harris, but I'm going to say. And that same train of thought, then, like, give me direction, would you say the same thing about Michelle Obama then? Because
it's the same thing. We got on her too. We got on her too. How many times I pulled Esther in them 8 years talking about Michelle Obama? She was married to the king. Esther was married to the king, or some heathen king. She got rounded up, you understand, and brought to be the queen of all of the known world. You understand? And Israel was getting ready to be exterminated. She stepped up.
I don't know the story.
Oh, you got to read the book of Esther. You got to read the book of, no, we're not going to read the book of Esther right now. You understand? You're going to have to go home and read the book of Esther. You understand? It's good for all your women. You understand? Why are you on the job with the white man? You understand? Are you there to think, I don't need no man? I don't need you. I got my own job. I make my own money. I'm independent. You understand? You could be doing something for your nation as soon as you left. You could be gathering up and helping your nation after you leave the white man's job. But no, you want to go and jump in the white man's bed to top it off. I ain't got no love for you.
How holy day was we supposed to dedicate Esther
Purim.
to? Purim.
Mm-hmm. Both of y'all better brush up on Esther. You know what I'm saying? This is a story you got to bring home to your rib and tell her about how, you understand, if you get a job, guess what? That money belongs to me and this household. You understand? That money is for the service of our nation, our people. How many black women got jobs and they ain't paying no tithes to the ISUPK, but they paying it to some pimp? Their shepherds pity them not. You gonna have all our women throughout their man out their house, and then you gonna have them go to some lying ass leader, you understand, who doesn't pity you and give you all of their money while they feed you garbage like Christianity when they enslaved you and they don't give a damn. You understand? They don't give a damn about it. So it is a horrible lesson that would be learned if they was to elect Kamala Harris. You understand? The black woman. She already, then destroyed herself, you understand, with her own hands. We ain't had nothing to do with it. Why is the children in the street? When we was in the house, the children wasn't in the street running all over America, tearing it down, you understand, and filling up the jail cells. When we was at home, then you got brand new. You got brand new, and then what happened? Listen, you kicked us out. We ain't got nothing to do with it. We ain't got nothing to do with it. Why the daughters is swinging on poles and why the sons is out on every block slinging all manner of dope or what have you. How you gonna blame us now? Like, somebody got to speak up for the Most High in Christ, because the words is going on out here in these streets from these Negroes that's in charge, these big head Negroes is, you know what I'm saying? Just like I was telling you before you got in here, how was Sabbath service? How was Sabbath service? No, okay, I'm asking them to.
I wasn't here, sir.
Okay, no sweat. Slavery? All right, no sweat. We got to get in here and say some words, you understand, on the Most High's behalf. Because what's going on out in these streets and with big head Negroes walking all over us, talking all over top of our head, you know what I'm saying? Like they on satellite radio, talking crazy, you know what I'm saying? Telling lies and giving disinformation out at will, you understand? We only meeting once a week out on the street. When they 24/7, 365, reinforcing we got to get more work in. Somehow, some way, we got to fill up this room. You understand? Because what's going on out here, we being beaten to the punch. They got to fill these words. You understand? In the worst way. So, you know what I'm saying? I implore you, get busy. Get busy promoting and promoting these words of the Most High. We got to move this forward. You understand? Or would you rather have the rocks cry out? You understand? That's gonna be horrible. He'll make them do it, though. He said he'll make them do it. You will not hold your peace in here. You're gonna come out with it. You understand? It's time to come out with it. You understand? It's high time that we wake out of sleep. You understand? We've got to open up our mouth against this evil. You understand? This vexation. A whole goddamn month of rainbow bright, homosexuals everywhere. Ain't you sick of it? My goodness. We've been blazing on it the whole damn month. Okay? Questions or comments?
General told me earlier that 1/3 of Israel had to wake up before Christ will return. What scripture is that?
Okay. Scripture.
For what he just said,
Yes.
a wake out abuse.
No. Revelations. No. Why isn't Christ back?
He said that 1/3. 1/3 wasn't vote. I think that's what he said.
Who has to come wake up before the 1/3?
Judah.
Judah first. Where's that at? Let's get Revelation 7:3. Raise your hand. I'm going to call on you. I know you got some answers over there. Read that. Who asked the question? Who asked the question? Shalom. Read it.
Revelation 7:3. Saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God in their foreheads.
All right, now, what's going to happen in the second coming of Christ? Is it going to be kisses and hugs? It's going to be destruction, right? But you can't do it until what happens? Answer.
According to the scripture, it says, until we have sealed the servants of our God in their foreheads.
Right. What does it mean to be sealed in your forehead?
So I'm just freestyling.
No, answer the question. Biblically.
Is it like the opposite of the mark of the beast?
Exactly. That's perfect. That's the Bible. That's why you know that the mark of the beast, you understand, is not a microchip. You understand? Because it has its opposite. It has its polarity. It has its duality. If somebody got the mark of the beast, then somebody must have been sealed in their forehead. Keep reading.
And I heard the number of them which were sealed. And there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel.
144,000 get sealed first. You understand? That's who we waiting on. 12,000 of each tribe. That's what we waiting on.
So is that the one that's the 1/3?
No, that's the 144,000. Where does the 1/3 come in?
So that's the question there.
Go ahead.
So that 144,000, that's got to be like 144,000. That got to be 144,000 members of ISUPK.
What do you think?
So when I was having a conversation with the general earlier, I would say yes to the has to be 144,000 ISUPK.
What's so crazy about 12,000 men from each tribe being sealed with this knowledge? That ain't clear. That ain't
Got a long way to go.
How do you know? How do you know? The Lord said he had to shorten the time. You understand? The Lord said he reserved 7,000 that have never knelt their knee to Baal. Meaning that it's men all over the place that have left out of here, but know that this is the truth as well. You don't know how he might operate, you know what I'm saying? As far as that. But then just to be organized enough to say that we have 12,000 men out of every tribe that's, on here as we raise up as an army, like it says in Ezekiel. You understand? Dry bones, the valley of dry bones. When we turned into we stood on our feet and were a great exceeding army, and they were afraid of us. That could easily happen as well. What if the Lord showed up and there was a fire already started? It says in the New Testament as well. You don't know about the witnesses and how fire came out of their mouth. You understand? Meaning that what we saying is starting something in the earth. It's not coming back void. You understand? You got to go home and read as much as possible. You understand? Soak it up. All of those things that I'm saying is alluding to a river of things that's about how the final days and what the thoughts are of how it's going to all come together. Okay? Meaning that you got the 144,000. You got men all over the earth that's going all over the earth that's getting this truth. You understand? Men in Korea that's in the military that heard this truth or what have you. They might go see Dennis Rodman's children and break down the truth to them. You know what I'm saying? Lots of things is going on. The Lord is working. You know what I'm saying? So you can't say, you understand, that the spirit of the UPK is more than the people that's just sitting in the seats, as far as that's concerned. You understand? But we'd rather that you come in the straight gate. You understand? We rather that you don't come in, you understand, from any other way, because you could be found to be a thief. You understand? Are you familiar with that scripture? If you come in the wrong door, you understand, as if you were a thief. You understand? It's ways to come into the truth or to say you got the truth. You understand that some of these other groups don't have. You see what I'm saying? It might be brothers out there that ain't in a group that's way better than the cats that think that they in the truth too with us. You see what I'm saying? But because it's trying to enter in through the sheepfold. Let me find it. There's so many damn scriptures. John 10:1. We rather you come through the straight gate. We rather you not sit at home and hope for you to be in the 1/3. Those are the only ones that's getting third. If 2/3 got to get saved, you supposed to make your election sure, right? Come up in here, put on these garments, and get behind that plow. You understand? It says not to, that once you start plowing in these fields here, to not stop plowing and to go back into the world. I'm paraphrasing again, but it's so many scriptures in here that allude to, how we're supposed to come in here and operate. Read John 10:1.
All right, good.
Say again?
You read all that?
Yeah, don't read it to yourself.
I didn't know you were saying at home or what.
No. We talk about Esther.
John 10:1. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, the same is a thief and a robber.
All right. So we don't want to be a thief and a robber. We don't want to be that. We want to come in through the straight gate. You understand? The only gate that I know of that's not crooked is the UPK, as far as that's concerned. But the spirit of the UPK, the vibe on the UPK, we're going to make it hit the streets. The vibe, the spirit of the Most High. You understand? They might not be the authority. They might not be the 144,000. You understand? What happened after the 12 disciples? The one cat, he had to hang himself. He was so goddamn evil. He betrayed Yahushua. They had to roll dice, roll lots to pick the 12th disciple. You understand? Who's to say that it's not brothers out? You understand? That the numbers or ranks will be filled in by the roll of a dice from the brothers that's already lock solid in the truth. You see what I'm saying? The spirit, it's going to be out here. You're going to know who in the spirit and then who on some bullshit. You're going to know who it is. You're going to know who a Christian is in that day because they're going to be vagabonds. You understand? They ain't going to have the fancy church and the Rolls Royce no more because somebody in here going to get the power. You understand? And then what they going to do? They're going to be like Joseph, what's his name? Caiaphas. What have we to do? You understand? With this cat, Yahushua. He healing everybody. You understand? The Romans is gonna come and take our seat and place. Because we ain't controlling people. Everybody following him. What happens if somebody get the power and then, you understand, it's noise abroad out in the streets or what have you. They're gonna run out of the church and the church people are gonna be vagabonds in that day. You understand? They ain't gonna be as highly esteemed in that day. You understand? They're gonna be trying to pay off their debts. You understand? Because they got all your money tied up into some foolishness and nonsense. That's what's gonna happen. You understand? They're gonna be too busy trying to save that house that they done stole all that money from your grandma. So let's see. Let's find who are the 1/3 and how can you tell? The 144,000, you solid on that. 144,000 is what the Lord is trying to raise up.
Stop.
Right. Huh?
Stop.
Solid with that. Let me see, in the New Testament. Let's go, I'm gonna hold on that one. Somebody hold Matthew 10 and 41, and then we're gonna get the one where Yahushua, he say in Matthew 20, what was that, 25 and 41 I said?
10 and 41.
10 and 41. Let's go to Matthew 25 and go to 32. We're going to read on down from there. Let's start at Matthew 25 and 32. And we're going to see where these 1/3 going to come from. How do they come?
I got it.
Read.
Matthew 25:32. And before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divided his sheep from the goats.
That's a cold cut on anything Christianity right out of Christ's mouth. And before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from the other. Why is he not bringing everybody together? You understand? He's dividing households. You understand? Question or comment?
I just, food for thought, sir. A lot of Christians don't know when they say nation, it means races.
Yeah, all the nations of the earth, all the families of the earth. You only have I known. You understand? And he sent his son for you only who I have known. You understand? Keep going. He shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divided his sheep from the goats. You understand? So everybody ain't going to be saved because he's separating when he come back. The sheep from the goats. Read on.
Then shall the king say
Hold
unto
on. Read 33. Sorry.
Okay. Salafi. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left.
Read. Who is the goat? Who is the goat?
Esau and the other nations. The other nations.
Give me what is the key word in scripture? No. It's a key word in the scripture. Of course, you're right. But I'm looking for the key word in the scripture of, you know where the key word is, where Israel is called a what?
Oh.
Lost sheep.
Yeah, Israel is the lost sheep. You understand? It says Israel is my sheep in the Old Testament, all over there.
Matthew 15:24.
Yeah, that one. But you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the Old Testament where he says that Israel is like, to me, is like unto a sheep. It says that in the Old Testament. You got to look for all of those things. Those are precepts. There's one for goats, though. Let me find that one for you. Who are the goats? Like, when you break this down, you got to bring this. You got to bring this out. This talking directly about the white man. Daniel 8:21, it says, and the rough goat is the king of Grecia, and the great horn that is between his eyes is the first king. Talking about Alexander the Greek. You understand? It says the rough goat is the king of Greece, the Greeks, the so-called white man. You understand? He gonna separate the sheep from the goats. Like, that's cold-blooded. That's Yahweh right there. He ain't playing. It ain't no goddamn all come together and sing kumbaya. That's a damn lie. He said,
Daniel 7:21.
Was it
Daniel 7:21.
It's just 7.
8 and 21, brother?
8.
So let's go back to Matthew 25 and let's start where verse 34. Shalom.
Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, Come ye, blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom, prepared for you from the foundation of the world.
Foundation of the world, since Adam, you understand? This world has been prepared for you, just like it says where?
Psalms 90 and 2.
What does that one say? I got another one that I want you to tell me about.
That's like from the breakdown from John 3:16.
Okay. You understand? There's one that's better than that. Give me 2nd Ezra 6 and 50, wherever it is that I'm asking you about.
Come, because I said so.
Inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. Let's see what it says in the Apocrypha right there. 6 and 54, you not familiar?
No.
Quickly.
I have it.
Come on.
Second Ezra 6 and 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen.
You understand? Everybody comes from Adam, and his chosen come from Adam, meaning there's a separation between the chosen and everybody else that come from Adam. Read on.
Verse 55. All this have I spoken before thee, O Yahweh, because thou madest the world for our sakes.
You understand? You see the precept? You see it? So it's they all over the place. You got to, they just be popping in my head every time somebody say something. They just got to pop in your head. They got to be popping in your head. You understand? He's talking about from the foundation of the world. You understand? The foundation, he made it the world for our sakes. From Adam. You understand?
Could another one be used, sir? I had made thee before I ever formed the earth and the world.
Is that the one you was talking about?
Before the mountains were brought forth, or ever thou hast formed the earth and the world, even from everlasting to everlasting, thou art God.
Yeah, that's talking about the Most High, you know what I'm saying, and his operation from the beginning.
I was talking about.
Inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world.
I was talking about the one that said, I formed thee in the belly.
And, you know what I'm saying? We talking about a nation, not, your personal hang up on why you ain't serving the Lord. You understand? Why the Lord ain't give me this and why the Lord ain't give me that. You understand? He been knowing that you wanted it or what have you. He want to see if you're gonna fight for it. You understand? If you're gonna fight for something that you shouldn't have, then when you don't get it, and then like what you crying for? You should go and do something else. That's what you should do. Whatever it is that you think that you got on your mind about what it is that he got for you, you should just forget about it. But there is some things that here you can ask God for, and you can get them. You understand? But they found in the scriptures. They're going to be the will of the Lord. They ain't going to be, I prayed to the Lord that he would give me bless me with a new job, a new car. You understand? That ain't the will of the Lord. Raising up these 12 tribes is the will of the Lord. Right. You asking in Yahweh's name for that. You understand? He going to honor that. You understand? You can get something from Satan, you understand, that's going to destroy you. You understand? You want the big butt, you understand? But you know what the big butt got in store for you. You understand? All right? You asked for it. You understand? So you don't want to go there. Right? So let's keep going in Matthew 25. We're going to find out about these 1/3.
For I was an hunger, and ye gave me meat.
For I was hungry and you gave me food. Keep going.
I was thirsty, and ye gave me drink.
I was thirsty and you gave me something to drink. Read on.
I was a stranger, and ye took me in.
I was a stranger and you didn't let me live out in the street. Come on.
Naked, and ye clothed me.
You put clothes on my back. Read on.
I was sick, and ye visited me.
You understand? You came to look after me when I was sick. Keep going.
I was in prison, and ye came unto me.
You understand? Keep going.
Then shall the righteous answer him, saying, Lord, when saw we thee and hungered and fed thee, or thirsty and gave thee drink?
You understand? So that's the only operation of people that will be a 1/3. They didn't really lock in to the truth and do the truth. You see? You ain't getting it. You ain't getting it. They ain't lock in to become 144,000. They ain't soldiers for the Most High in Christ. Everybody ain't a soldier for the Most High in Christ. You understand? They ain't built for it. With this 12,000 men, first of all. So who is included in the 1/3? Women and children. Don't you want your wife to get on the chariots and the second coming? You understand? While he bombing this place in smithereens or what have you. We need 1/3. You know what I'm saying? So there's other people that's going to do these actions. They clothed you. They fed you. You understand? They gave you something to drink. Question or comment?
Both. But the 1/3 would be the ones that have a plant to earth, like the.
Say again?
With the the rest that's over after the 144,000. The ones that's left over after the 2/3 may or may not be destroyed.
No, they're going to be destroyed.
Okay. They can be destroyed.
They're going to die with the white man.
Okay, so the 1/3 is left, they're going to have us replenish the earth as far as with Israel, right?
Of course. Right, but the point is, who are the 1/3? Go ahead.
You want me to answer who are the 1/3 of my question?
Yeah, this is directly related to your question about the 1/3. 144,000 is the elect is who he's looking for
I would say
first.
the elect's family, because it said you can save your family by coming.
Yeah, but not if they I don't like that nigga no more. He got into that Israelite shit, and you know what I'm saying? He was my dog, but you know what I'm saying? That nigga, you know, and he don't do you no more solid. He used to look out for you, but he don't do shit for you no more because you in the truth. He hates your guts now. That ain't all your family, but it is some of your family. You understand? But it would be somebody in your family that said, you know what? I'm happy for him. At least I'm happy for him. I ain't going in there. You understand? I'm happy for him. You understand? And I realized something about him. You understand? Well, I can do something for him. You understand? Because I know he's going to appreciate it. And I see how he changed a little bit. He might do you a solid. He might do you a favor. Look out for you. You know what I'm saying? So there's people out here that put $1 in the bucket.
So the 1/3 is everybody that supports us.
They could, in some way, shape, form, or fashion, support us. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, you don't never know who, if you speak in the words of the Most High, will turn to the Father. You out there, I don't know who the hell gonna come in there. I'm like, that nigga, he ain't never coming in here. That's the wickedest nigga alive. He standing out there in front of the camp. I'm like, shit, he ain't coming in here. Next thing you know, you know what I'm saying? He coming, here he comes, or what have you. The Lord put the spirit on him to come in here. You know what I'm saying? Now, how wicked are you for acting like that? You understand, towards your brother? You don't know who he gonna raise up. You don't know if your ass is in here and ain't in here. That's what the problem is. You get in here and think you in here, but you ain't in here. It's that's in here too. Where the only way how was you a priest in times past?
The spirits of the prophets.
No.
I suppose.
How were you a priest? How did you become a priest?
Yeah,
Who were the priests?
The Levites.
The Levites were the priests. How did you become a priest? Your father had you. You became a priest. You were a son of Aaron. You were a son of Levi. That's how you became a priest. You understand? You ain't have to do nothing. Now we have a greater priesthood that's held by oath. That's in Hebrews, the 7th chapter, right? You know about the new priesthood? That's the new priesthood. You got to find out about the new priesthood.
Hebrews 7th chapter.
Yeah, you got to find out. So, okay, and so that one, well, let's get the other one. Matthew 10 and 41. Just to give you elaborate on who those 1/3 is. And I'll get to Hebrews 1.
Matthew 10 and what, sir? 41. 41? Matt? Sir?
That's correct. Look for it. Look what we're talking about. Read it over and go with it.
Matthew 10 and 41. He that receiveth a prophet in the name of a prophet shall receive a prophet's reward.
You understand? You don't know. You give something to a prophet of God that he might need. You understand? The one sister, she ain't had nothing but a goddamn cake left. She had a cake left. You understand? He was like, fix me the cake. She was like, well, goddamn, all I got is a cake.
Oh, I know. So,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so,
Gave him the cake, and then they ain't run out of food after that for a while. The son eventually later on fell down and died, and he raised the son back up. You understand?
Yeah.
People who mistreat you are in for some stuff that they in deep doo-doo. You understand? But if they do you a solid or what have you, you understand, the Lord is going to remember that of them and reward them for that. You understand? Any more?
And he that receiveth a righteous man in the name of a righteous man shall receive a righteous man's reward.
You understand? Few are called, but many are called, but few are chosen, right? It say that, right? It say that. And so Hebrews 7 and 21 is the one where you're looking for. For those priests were made without an oath, but this with an oath by him that saith unto him, the Lord swear and will not repent. Thou art a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek. By so much was Yahweh made a surety of a better testament. You understand? It's a better priesthood that we follow because it's made by oath. You understand? Now, you ain't just born a priest. You understand? You got to say, I'm going to serve the Lord and raise up these 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. You understand? By oath. That's what we salute the Torah. When we salute the Torah, you saying that you're going to put your life on the line for these records right here. You understand? And do the shit. The prophets is killed all day, every day. That's all we did. The Old Testament is get killed. Bring it to the children of Israel, and they got us killed. You understand? It's better to die standing on your feet than you understand, and serving the Lord than, to go out like a sucker. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so,
Question or comment?
comment,
Go.
like the sister and her children, it's in the prophet Ecclesiastes, when I think it was Epiphany the fourth, try to get them to eat pork. And
Right.
resisted, and then they got slaughtered pretty much.
Yes.
Something like, something like that. So, I can't remember.
I know what you're talking about.
Yes, I just can't remember.
What are you trying to relate it to?
Stand up for the Most High instead of being a bit. Instead of
Yeah. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? What did he say? He said, I know that the Lord gonna give me these hands and feet back. So won't you just cut them off? You understand? But I'm not eating no goddamn pork. You know what I'm saying? Questions. We gotta wrap it up. Last ones. Somebody got something. Sister, you got something? All right. Let's see.
Huh?
Let's see. 1/3. You know what a 1/3 scripture is? Find me the 1/3 scripture. I thought you would know that one. Zechariah 13. And 7. Let's go start at 7. Let's read this. Let's read it.
Zechariah 13:7. Awake, O sword, against my shepherd, and against the man that is my fellow, saith the Lord of hosts. Smite the shepherd, and the sheep shall be scattered, and I will turn my hand upon the little.
You understand? We smitten of the Lord. We struck down of the Lord. You understand? That's why our people out here jammed up. You understand? Prophets is out here struggling. Prophets are struggling. You understand? Because they listen to the false prophets. Right? So if we smitten of the Lord, then guess what? The flock of the Lord is scattered. Right?
Oh.
We got to make a renewed call to bring the flock of the Lord back together so that they not scattered. They being safely protected under Yahushua, who's our shepherd, right? We calling everybody back to Yahushua, the real Yahushua, not the devil. Where's the floor mat at? Like, he needs to get on the floor. Please put the floor mat out. You understand? The floor mat. The UPK school, there's no UPA. Yeah, there's no UPA. I got to step on his head before I walk in the room next week. He better be on the ground. All right? You understand? That's the test. You understand? They come up in here and they jive trying to fake like they Israel or what have you. They ain't gonna step on them. You see anybody jump over that? You understand? Go back, take them back outside and repack their ass next. You understand? Keep reading. Keep reading.
And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die.
2 parts shall be cut off and die. You understand? 2 parts, 2/3, read on.
But the third shall be left therein.
But a third of us gonna be left therein. Read on.
And this is Jeremiah 13:9.
Zechariah.
Sorry. Zechariah 13:9. And I will bring the third part to the fire.
You understand? The fire. You understand? The second coming of Yahushua. You understand? We going through the fire too. You understand? Up in here. You ain't come in here, you understand, to play games. This is the furnace of affliction up in here. You understand? You came in here to be tried of the Lord. See what's in you.
Right, day one.
Day one. You understand? If you think the fire was on your ass when you was out there in the world, you understand? Come in here and stand up against some of this pressure up in here. It's enormous. Isaiah 48 and 10. Hold what you get. Read Isaiah 48 and 10. Read.
Isaiah 48 and 10. Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction.
You understand? You got to put mad heat on, a refiner's heat on a silver in order to make it pure. You understand? You put a what? You put a little copper in it or what have you, a little alloy in it to make it so that it don't fall apart or what have you, or it's too pure. They got to mix it with just a little bit of something or what have you in order for it to maintain its malleability or to fall apart. Gold and silver. But you got to put some heat on it. You understand? Boil away all the impurities. You understand? It's either you going to get right up in here, or the world is going to, show you that you don't belong to them anymore. You understand? Oh, you rejected us. Oh, you slipping. Oh, we're gonna fire down on you. You thought it was a game. You understand? They gonna how they say they get you in the game. They got to beat you out. You get jumped in and jumped out. It ain't you got to die. They want to kill you. Okay. So let's go back. Last script.
Zechariah 13 and 9. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will bring them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my God.
Question or comment?
Question. Would this go with, I had given you the 5 adversity?
You got to find.
We're going to be on the charts for 7 years.
No one has accounted that. No one has accounted that. Let me get it for you. Let me get it for you. You'll see how silly it is once I get it for you. Isaiah 26 and 20. Read.
Isaiah 26 and 20.
Hold on for a second. Let the brother read to ask the question. Yes, sir. Let the brother ask. Ask the question. Who asked the question? You asked the question. What you say?
What was read, does that go where I have given you the 5 adversity?
Okay. Hold on that. We gonna get the question that was asked.
Isaiah 26 and 20. Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers.
Get into the chambers, them ships. You understand? Read on.
And shut thy doors.
And shut thy doors about thee. The doors is going to be shut. And you're going to be raised up on this earth. You understand? Seeing something. Read on.
Hide thyself as it were for a little moment.
There it is. For how long?
A little moment.
How long is it going to take for Yahushua to destroy the powers that be in the second coming?
A little moment.
1 hour.
Yeah. 1 hour. You understand? It says 1 hour. It says 1 day. It says 1 hour. You understand? It's saying here that you're going to be in the chariots for a little moment, right? This is what this is talking about. Enter into thy chambers, shut the doors about thee, hide thyself as it were for a little moment. Read on.
until the indignation be overpassed.
You understand? Until the Yahushua and the angels finish dispatching the so-called white man and his armies and the other nations and their armies. Read verse 21.
For behold, the Lord cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also shall disclose her blood, and shall no more cover her slain.
You understand? The Lord is going to send the Yahushua. You understand? He's going to reveal himself on the earth like he revealed himself on top of the Egyptians. You understand? Everybody knew who the Lord was in that day. You understand?
So I was under the impression, I don't know if I'm interpreting wrong.
That's a UFO scripture right there about the change.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
When Christians talk about the rapture, is that the same thing as Charlie's coming? That's why I asked whether it's going to be 7 years.
You would have to get their breakdown and bring it to me so we can go over it piece by piece. You understand? But this describes what would happen during the destruction, and then there's also scriptures that show what will happen after we are put back down on the earth. What would take place?
What scripture is that?
What everything, huh?
Yeah, I do. I just messed with you.
You get to God's dipped in the blood of grapes.
Say again?
It's God's dipped in the blood of grapes. Show me what you do. I got it. I just can't remember.
No sweat. It's not quite on the topic.
Sister, I have a question online.
Quickly.
Sister Wana says, Salakia Adawanya, is the term anti-Semitic biblical or something Esau made up?
It's something Esau made up, anti-Semitic, right? They say that Farrakhan, his statements are anti-Semitic. When the so-called white man, you understand, is the devil, he's Esau.
Right.
But how can, he's a Shemite too. How can he be anti-Semitic? His father is Shem as well.
Right.
As a black man that's following Islam, you understand, he came from Shem as well as the white man came from Shem. So it's stupid. It's talk about Shem. Anti-Shemitic. We anti-Jewish.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
How about that?
I know what concept.
Some fake religion that you done made, you understand, because you know that you don't have no part of the covenant. You sold your birthright. You got to say it out loud so everybody knows and everything. All right. So what was the last question that needed to be answered? It was the one where I said, about what would happen once we get off of the shows.
Yes, sir.
Let's see if I can find that right quick. Okay. Let's go to Ezekiel 20. And let's go at 33. Read that.
Ezekiel 20 and 33. As I live, saith the Lord God, surely with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm and with fury poured out will I rule over you.
You understand? He told you about the destruction just previous scriptures that we read. He's gonna pour out fury on these nations, and he's gonna rule over us. You understand? As it was intended. Read on.
34. And I will bring you out from the people, and I will gather you out of the countries within you are scattered, and with a mighty hand, and with a stretched out hand, and with fury poured out.
Okay. Once again, we scattered. You understand? With the mighty hand, he's going to bring us out of those places. You understand? And order us. Keep going.
And I will bring you into the wilderness of the people.
The wilderness of the people. You understand? Read on.
And then I will plead with you face to face. Like as I 36. Like as I pleading with your fathers in the wilderness in the land of Egypt.
You see, this isn't the wilderness in the land of Egypt. This is the wilderness after we are let down off the ships. You understand? He gonna destroy our enemies, and then he's gonna let us down into the wilderness, and he's gonna plead with us as he pleaded with our fathers in Egypt. Question.
What's the wilderness of the people?
The wilderness of the people is like a place where no one really is inhabiting on the earth. Some place where people aren't really residing. New York is not where we're going to be let down off of the chariots, because people lived all over New York. You understand? People all over New York. But a wilderness of the people is going to be somewhere where people have not lived.
So by people, you mean us?
Yes, meaning he's going to destroy New York. So we ain't going to get let down in a place that was inhabited with people, but it'll be a wilderness of people.
It's our
No, he didn't. This is we got to take the kingdom. A wilderness of the people. We have to go and build the kingdom. You understand? He's going to bring down the kingdom. The spirit of the Lord and the spirit of the kingdom is in us, right? But the physical kingdom, you understand? You will need handmaids and servants, like in Isaiah 14:1 and 2, right? Who's going to build them walls? You understand? Them streets of gold or what have you. You know what I'm saying? We gonna have workmanship, people burying bodies, what have you. It's gonna be work to be done. But when we first get put down here, guess what? We're gonna have to go dig out Esau from the clefts and the holes that he didn't hid himself in, hiding from the thermonuclear warfare. It tells you that as well. We're going to dig them from the holes. We're going to find them and dig them from the holes, but he's going to put us in the wilderness first. And guess what's going to happen in the wilderness? You got 144,000, and you got the 1/3, right? The 1/3 wasn't perfect. They wasn't striving to be perfect. So what does that mean? They just seen something happen great in the earth. The Lord just took out the America, just took it out or what have you. But guess what? You know, I wasn't that bad. You know what I'm saying? I just had a blunt every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? I just, I know I wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? I would eat some pork, I eat some ham on Christmas or what have you. But I ain't eat it all the time. You know what I'm saying? So what are you going to do in the wilderness? What are you going to do down after the Lord just saved your ass? Somebody going to think to do wickedness again. It's going to be ugly in that day. You understand? Because the rules is back in effect. You understand? Keep reading.
Yes, sir, please. This is Ezekiel 20 and 35 again.
No, move down.
Yes, sir. 36. Like as I pleaded with their fathers in the wilderness in the land of Egypt, so will I plead with you, saith the Lord God.
Keep going.
37. And I will cause you to pass under the rod, and I will bring you into the bond of the covenant.
Okay, keep going.
And I will purge you out, and I will purge you out from among the rebels.
Read it again.
And I will purge you out from among the rebels.
I will purge out from among you the rebels. You understand? And them that transgress against me. I will bring them forth out of the country where they sojourn, and they shall enter into the land of Israel, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh. You understand? So there's going to be an operation that exists after we get off the chariots of cleansing, straightening out of Israel. You understand? So that we can go now and take the kingdoms, you understand, and put them into abject poverty and slavery, as the case may be, so as compared to the children of Israel.
Let me ask you, the people know what the law is now, again, though?
Say it again.
So, and I will purge out from among you the rebels, and them that transgress against me, that sin, transgression of the law. So, don't they got to tell what the law is again?
Yeah, they're going to be instructed. He said he's going to plead with us. He's going to. It said he was going to give us back the covenant.
Yes.
He said he's going to give us the covenant back. I will bring you into the bond of the covenant. You understand? They're gonna know that everything that Esau was. I know homosexuality is wrong, but it ain't me. Ain't got nothing to do with me. If they want to do their thing, you understand? That's wicked. That's wicked as hell. You mean your brother can be a homosexual or what have you? As long as it ain't you, I don't care how he roll or what have you. You understand? You're gonna be like in the kingdom. You're gonna know that nigga's head needs to be chopped off. All right? You understand? So if you buck up against it, you understand? You understand? It's the same temptation is going to be available on the earth. You understand? But it's just going to be it's not going to be overlooked. It's going to be righteously handled. To put evil away from Israel is not being put away from Israel now. That's why all of us are, happy to be, faggots and homosexuals and drug dealers and strippers and, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what else? What's wrong? You know what I'm saying? But in that day, you understand, we'll understand that all of those games is over.
Yeah. No, I was going to say, is it going to be like some of the people that going to get on the church still going to have like a bag of weed on them?
Well, I'm just saying, right? Or they going to want to smoke weed. Weed is on the earth. Right. You understand? It's going to still be on the earth. You know what I'm saying?
Some homosexuals going to be stowaways on there.
And they ain't going to be stowing away, you understand? They might, fall into their own lust. It's not like, what do you do when a thought comes by your mind that you have no business thinking? You know what I'm saying? Like, who doesn't have thoughts that run through their mind? Do you follow the thought? Or do you say, I'm wicked as hell, you understand, and fight the devil and the devil flee? Whatever it is that you want to do that is ungodly or what have you.
But once the ones that do the act, they're the ones that's going to be making an example.
Yeah. They're going to be putting their place in that day. You understand? We out of time. We ran out of time. Question or comment?
No, I was going to say that the answer to his question is in the verse above where we started.
Okay, what does it say?
And that which cometh into your mind shall not be at all.
Good God. That's it.
Very easy. Yeah.
God dang, thank you. Thank you for that. All right.
Get a general hand. It's a great class today.
For the security announcements. Bear with me 1 second. Security announcement. We are the ISUPK. We are the ISUPK out of 1 West. 1 West, 120th Street. Hall, New York, under Commander General Yohana. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a brother or sister comes into school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are here to be saluted only. They are here to share their self of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which a brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 through 10, which means 10th in Hebrew, and is pronounced ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you will like to give. Upcoming holy events, we got the barbecue, the fire weekend barbecue coming this weekend. We got it starts July 4th over in South Carolina, Charleston. Check for further details as far as your school for further details. Remind any Akram and AHMATH to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK material. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he is to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirts, pants, headbands, and scarf. And with that, we're going to give one courteous salute to the general. Men of Israel, Amai Shabbat, Amai Barak, Yahba Shemiah Shabbat. Yai Matai, faithful sister. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the sister. Men of Israel, Amai Shabbat, Amai Barak, Yahweh Shema, thought by Shemiah Shah. Yai Matai, class dismissed.